Hello there folks, and welcome back to another speed paint video. This week I've got something pretty special for you guys. For the first time on my channel, I'm actually going to show you the process for how I make art for my upcoming Kickstarter project. This is going to be Sweet Mothman Stickers, which features Mothman designs inspired by various sweets. So, instead of showing you the project banner and spoiling all the designs right here, why don't we just hop into the speed paint and I'll show you exactly what designs I came up with. The first design I came up with for this project was the Neapolitan Ice Cream Mothman. I love the Neapolitan ice cream color palette, I just think it's so fun to work with. I just totally adore it, so I felt like it would be a great start to this project to do this color palette. I haven't done a Mothman speed paint in a while, as you can see on the channel. It's been a couple months, I think, since I last did one, so I thought it would be really fun to bring this project in as a way to, put Mothman stuff back on my channel and to let you guys in on what this upcoming project's all about. This Neapolitan Mothman has a bunch of different wing layers to represent the different flavors in Neapolitan ice cream, and it has this cute little belly ring sort of thing going on that I thought would be very adorable. For all these designs, I also made their eyes extra shiny to just really make them as cute as they could possibly be. I just want them to feel like shiny, beautiful hard candy, but also like a soft, adorable plush or cake. I don't know, that's like a bit of contradictory stuff to be trying to incorporate into these designs, but overall I'm just so pleased with them. I just love making food-inspired character designs, and it's been a while since I've done Mothman stuff, so it felt only right that I would approach this new project with this sort of angle. Anyway, I just love this Neapolitan Mothman. He's just so cute. And I love the little multicolor stuff. This is just always a fun color palette to work with, and I'm very pleased with how this little guy came out. The next design I did was the peppermint candy one. For this series, I wanted to include a couple designs that are a little bit references to classic characters from Candyland, since that's something one of my friends really likes. And I thought, if I'm gonna do a candy and sweets inspired project, I might as well incorporate a couple favorites. Plus, I feel like peppermint candy is just a classic in my eyes. It's got such a striking, specific sort of design to it, with those little stripes and stuff like that. It's got such a specific color palette that is very evocative, but also kind of flexible. I don't know, peppermint candy is just super good for a character design. I mean, I did a peppermint candy inspired design already earlier this year. But this is a very different one. This guy's got more green elements mixed in. It's just very small and round and cute. I tried to give it like a swirl on its antenna because I thought that would give it a little bit more fun texture up there. This guy just wanted to feel very cute and round and kind of innocent. I don't know, I just really wanted it to have the vibe of those round peppermint candies. And man, I just think they're so neat. Although I think they're not always peppermint, right? I think I've heard that some of them are spearmint. But to be honest, I'm not sure I could ever tell the difference when I was a kid between those, so if you have strong opinions on peppermint versus spearmint, please let me know in the comments, because I'm kind of curious if anyone out there exists that has a strong opinion on that. Anyway, this is a very simple design. It's a very light, sort of white color palette with eye spots on the wings that look like peppermint candies. Simple, but very cute and very fun to do. Next up, we have the chocolate swirl design. Now, this is less based on a specific type of dessert, but more a convention I see across many different things, such as cakes, truffles, candies, and things like that. So, yeah, chocolate swirl is a little bit more vague compared to the other concepts I've had so far. But I really wanted to make a chocolate design that incorporated, different types of chocolate, so different, darknesses and lightness of the chocolate, so it's primarily, a dark or maybe, a milk chocolate sort of color palette with a couple of white accents to represent white chocolate, so I thought that would be really cute, and man, I just love drawing a chocolate-based design. It's always a lot of fun, and it's very self-indulgent for me. I made its eyes nice and dark and shiny, just like a little, I don't know, just like little shiny dark chocolate, truffles. Some really high-quality truffles are literally so shiny that they look like gems, and that is crazy to me. I've never had any of those, but gosh, they are very cool looking, and I definitely took inspiration when it came to the shiny eyes on this Mothman. I also made it have extra fluffy legs to make it really feel like it was dipped in chocolate, and it's got little white toe tips to give it a little extra visual interest. And man, this guy was a lot of fun. Also, you'll see that I'm doing a little bit of the shading on the peppermint candy one in this time-lapse because, whoops, I forgot to do the shading for that part of the recording, so don't worry about that. All these designs have very subtle, like, halftone shading on them to give them a little bit more texture, and because I was just in the mood to do some halftone, simple shading. I just love how it looks, especially on stickers, and I thought it would be super cute for this project, and really make these guys, I don't know, feel like they're printed on a candy wrapper. I don't know why, but like halftone textures do make me think of like food wrapping printing for some reason, and I thought it would be appropriate to shade them in that way. Either way, very pleased with how this chocolate swirl Mothman came out. It is super duper cute. Next up, we have a strawberry shortcake themed Mothman, and this is another like food stuff that has a really good striking color palette. You got the cream, yellowy kind of color, you got the pink, you got the red, you got the white. It's just a really good color palette with a decent amount of values in it, and I feel like it's very recognizable too. Like, even if you don't think specifically like a shortcake, you know that it's a strawberry dessert, and I think that that's very fun. It also lends itself to nice dark red eyes, which I feel like is a very classic way to depict the Mothman, very classically seen as a creature with red eyes, so it's always fun to call back to the original whenever you can. This one was just super cute. It ended up becoming like one of the original 3 that will be available at the start of the project, because I thought it was just so adorable and I really want this one to be made for sure. And I thought it would be a good spread among the Neapolitan and the chocolate, which, now that I think about it, the opening 3 designs that will be available at the start of the project are all kind of Neapolitan themed, even though they're all different. They got the actual Neapolitan, you got the strawberry, and you got the chocolate. But I think that's kind of fun, right, for the opening trio to have that sort of unification. And then it gets a little bit more silly and diverse as we unlock more stuff in the stretch goals. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm just so excited. I really think this guy is gonna be so cute, and I'm excited to print this thing because it's just so adorable. Next up, we have the ube roll. This is something that I have not eaten myself, but my sister's had an ube roll before, and I think my dad has as well. It's a Filipino dessert that sometimes it's cream with a purple filling, but more iconically, it's usually a purple ube colored cake with a white cream filling and like little blotches on the top. It's just so aesthetically striking. Like, I don't see a lot of cool tone desserts, and man, purple is just so fun in a food. I don't know, I just think it's so neat. I thought it would be fun to represent not just like classic Western foods, but like, you know, Eastern stuff. So I thought the ube roll would be a fun, very different looking design to incorporate here, and I thought the swirls lent themselves more to like the eye spots idea on the Mothman wings. And man, I just think this guy is super cute. I gave it little like extra white accents on its antenna to kind of call back to like the way little blotches of icing will go on the top of the ube roll cake. I just thought it would be super cute. I'm not sure I would ever eat ube roll myself because I actually really despise sweet potato so much. I don't know, it's just an aversion I have. It's a vegetable I really don't like. But I can appreciate how beautiful ube rolls are, and I love looking at them, as I do with many desserts. So I thought it would make for a fun design, and it's got a fun spirally sort of eye shine too, because I love spiral eyes. I think they're always super cute and fun. So I had a lot of fun with this design, and I'm really excited, and I hope it gets unlocked during the project. Next up, we have fruit slice candy, and this is one that I think is super cool. This is another candy that I personally have not had the chance to actually eat, now that I think about it. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know that I have a lot of food allergies, which have prevented me from eating lots of different things, especially in the realm of candy and desserts. And while fruit slice candy, I think, doesn't have any nuts or anything like that in it, they're almost always manufactured with, so they're still not really safe for me to eat. So I've never had them, but I assume that they're kind of similar to something like a Sour Patch Kid, where it's a gummy with citric acid on it, which sounds really good. I bet it would be probably really delicious. And either way, I think they're very visually fun. I love that they have these different colors. I love that they're very stylized in the way that they look like fruits, but they also look so idealized and candy-like. and I thought that the different slices would lend themselves well to making wing shapes and antenna shapes. So I just had a lot of fun with this one. It very much feels like a Mothman version of the Animal Crossing villager Tangy a little bit now that I'm looking at it. I just thought this thing would be very cute. I gave it a lot of like white spotting to kind of resemble the citric acid and the powder on it. So that way it would give it a little more texture. And man, this one was just a lot of fun. It's very different from the other designs because it's so very fruity. It just feels like it's like such a nice sour little Mothman that I think turned out super duper cute. Next up, we have another one that's technically a Candyland rep. It is Licorice. I haven't had licorice since I was a kid. I remember not really liking it, but I think I just don't like chewy candy in general. But I can appreciate how nice licorice looks. It's got a nice shiny texture when it's black, and it's got that like good translucency when it's a lighter red color. I just think it's super cool. And I thought it would be fun to again incorporate the idea of swirls into the visual language of moth wing eye spots. And I wanted this thing to represent both like the dark and lighter colors of licorice. I originally kind of thought about splitting it down the middle, but then I felt that didn't really look like how I imagined licorice candy in my head. So instead I made the sort of top part of it very dark and the bottom part more of that jelly-like red sort of translucency. I just had a lot of fun with this one. Licorice is just so visually interesting, and I feel like it's kind of underrepresented when it comes to like food art, at least that I can think of, but maybe I'm just ignorant, I don't know. But either way, I thought it would be a fun way to like spice up the roster here for this project, and I thought I would pair it well with the peppermint candy, because that's the other one that's like very much for my Candyland friend to enjoy. And I just thought it would be cute. I love this little guy. I gave it puffy pants to kind of have the swirls too. I love this thing. I think it came out super duper cute, even if it's a candy I don't usually eat very much. Last up, we have one that feels very specific, and I don't know how popular it really is, but it's Princess Cake. Princess Cake is something I first learned about by seeing a few character designs that were inspired by it, and I was like, dang, that is a very visually appealing dessert. I have never had Princess Cake. I'm actually not even sure what's in it. I think it's Swedish, which is kind of cool because I have some Swedish heritage in my background. And I just love that it's green and that it has that red accent, that complementary color palette. And I love that like yellow cake yellow that comes with so many dessert influenced designs. And I think the powdered sugar makes for a fun texture too. It's just a very visually appealing dessert. If you've ever had Princess Cake before, please tell me what you think of it in the comments below, because I've never had the chance to eat it. I'm recording this voiceover and I don't even know what's in it. Time to look at Wikipedia right now and find out. Okay, it's a sponge cake. It's got pastry cream. Got a lot of whipped cream. Not usually my vibe. Okay, marzipan. Okay. Jam. Jam is not my vibe, but I think this might be something my sister would like. Man, it's a very pretty looking cake. Wow, this thing comes in so many different cute colors. Gosh, what a cool looking dessert. I'm very glad I represented it as a Mothman, because I just think it's so visually cool. I love the layers. I love the color palette. It's just so cool. So I definitely wanted to have like very commonly seen like vague or like broad ideas of sweets, but also some very specific desserts. And I think the Princess Cake represents a good like somewhat niche dessert that is also very visually striking. I just think this thing is so cool. So I'm very happy that I decided to include it. And it's fun to look up things about things you didn't know before. So I'm very happy I included it in the project. And with that, those are all the designs I've got for the project, at least for right now. Sweet Mothman Stickers will launch on March 1st, so be sure to go follow the page so you don't miss it. And at the highest tier, backers will be able to request more sweets to inspire more Mothman designs. This has 10 slots, so there could be as many as 18 different designs in the project, which is more than twice as many as we have at the time of recording. So if you want to support this project, you want to get some cute stickers, consider following it so you don't miss the launch. I'm excited to do another sticker project. I was a little hesitant to decide if I would do one earlier this year before my Pride Mothman stickers, But I figured since this is a nice short-term project, only running 2 weeks, and a bit of a smaller scope than my usual stuff, I definitely think this is very achievable before Pride Month rolls around. So if you'd like to help support my livelihood and get some very cute stickers that are cute and holographic and just so colorful and fun, consider going to follow the project, and I hope to see you all there when it launches in just a couple weeks. Thank you, by the way, to my Ko-fi members for helping to make this video possible. My Ko-fi members help make my life a little more stable and help me live out my dream of making art my main living. If you'd like to join them, you can go check out my Ko-fi page in the description below. You can join as a monthly member, and no matter what tier you join, you'll be here in the credits of each of my videos. Plus, there's a whole bunch of other fun perks, like behind-the-scenes posts, free things, and all sorts of fun stuff. If you'd like to commission me, consider checking out my VGen page. I'm trying to get verified over there at the time of recording, and I'm looking for a few more reviews from a few different strangers, so that way I can have a nice, good reputation over on the website. So if you're interested in getting some cool custom art, consider checking out my VGen page and helping me out over there. I'll also be teaching some classes this spring for the Leaping Fae, so if you're interested in that, go follow the Leaping Fae on Instagram for updates as to when the classes are and how you can sign up. You can also check out theleapingfae.com/events for a calendar and for sign-up forms, so that way you can sign up for these classes. Some of them are in person, some of them are online. So whether you're interested in learning about animal anatomy, or you're interested in learning the fundamentals of art in a fun, casual lecture series, go check it out. I think it'd be a lot of fun, and I'd love to see you there. And with that, that's all that I've got for you guys today. Thank you all again so much for watching this video. Remember to go follow the project Sweet Mothman Stickers, so that way we have a nice, fun launch. I would love to get funded in a single day, so if you guys would like to help me with that, that would be awesome. I'll see you all again next week with another great art video. And in the meantime, why don't you all go out there and make some art?